Hey guys, welcome to another episode of TuneNgoon. Today we're going to be talking about replacing a floppy center console on your 2015 to 2020 Ford F150. If you open up your center console and it just slams down, it probably means your springs are broken. So I'm going to put the part number down and what tools you need, and then we'll jump right into the repair. It's not too bad. You just need a few things, so let's show you what it's all about. Okay, starting with number one, you're going to want a clip removal tool. Now, I use a snap-on one because the higher quality clip removal tool you have and the tolerances on it generally mean you break less clips, so that's why I use a snap-on clip removal tool. Any brand will work though, and then you're going to need a micro driver of some sort of micro ratchet where you can get in small places. This is a gear wrench model. You can also use Harbor Freight or other models, but you're going to need a micro driver with a 7mm hex head short socket on it. So that's that. And then also, in conjunction with this micro driver here, we're going to use a T20 Torx bit. So we'll need that. And then if you don't have a 7mm and all you have is wrenches, a 9/32 will work. It's a little bit loose, but if that's all you got and all you can find, this should do the trick. It's just going to take a long time if you don't have a ratcheting head on the end of it. So that's the tools that I'm using here today. Optional tools. For when you get the center console out of your vehicle, you can use a some sort of impact or a drill just to remove all those T20 Torx fasteners a lot faster. So then you're going to go ahead and jump into the back of your F-150, and we're going to locate this cup holder assembly, and we're going to firmly pull up on the assembly as a whole. As you can see, there are 4 metal clips in there. You're going to want to make sure those are still affixed to the cup holder. Next, you're going to want to open up your center console and remove all of your junk like you see me doing here. And then we're going to find this fascia piece and we're going to pull up on a corner of it, and this thing will pop out similar to the way the cup holder did, but this one's a little bit tight. I had to pull pretty hard, so get your elbow grease ready. Also, a little side note, you're going to want to make sure that you still have all 4 of your little plastic clips attached to that piece. Then you're going to want to take your trim or clip removal tool and get behind these 2 Christmas trees here and remove those. This is the one on the right passenger side, and then we're going to swing over here to the left and remove this one, and that should be it on the electrical side of things. Then you can take your ratchet and a 7mm socket and start removing the 5 7mm fasteners from the back of the spring assembly, and you'll notice there'll also be 2 more fasteners on the bottom that are going to be Torx. So now it's time to swap over to your Torx bit, and we're going to start getting at these bottom left and bottom right fasteners. They are located here and over here behind the harnesses, so a little bit more difficult to get to, but pretty much the same story as the 7mm hexes. And this is just to show you an example of what breaks and where it breaks. As you can see here, we have the coiled spring that is supposed to not be broken like that on one side and the other. So the first one broke, it got weaker, and then the other one broke. So that's what they look like. So at first I was using a 9/32 wrench to loosen this from the back, but the easier way to do it is to open up your center console, and you should be able to get your socket and ratchet on it from there, as long as it's a micro set. So after removing that last fastener, we can take this into the garage with a flat working surface so we can get this new part on. To protect my leather, I put down 2 microfiber towels to try to prevent scratching and tearing. This next part can be pretty difficult if you don't have really strong hands. You're going to want to kind of pull out on the locking mechanism area to separate from there, and then you're going to pull firmly up on the back left and back right. They should separate. One thing I didn't get on camera very good was me pushing in the locking mechanism tabs on each side, which you will need to do because as you pull up on it, it will interfere with those. So make sure that the teeth for the locking mechanism are pushed in while you're lifting up on the front part, and it should pop out just like this. Once you do that, you want to make sure that all your clips are still there and none of them are broken, and then you can move on to the next step. This is going to be where that optional tool of having some kind of power tool comes in handy, just because there's a lot of these Torx screws, but I just grabbed my little M12 impact and removed all these little T20s, and it just goes a lot faster. So if you're comfortable with power tools, do not suggest it, but if not, then just take a little more time and use some hand tools. So, got this thing removed. As you can see here, super floppy, not supposed to be that way, not to be repetitive.
but this thing is super broken. So here's our new one. This one's not painted, unfortunately, which I don't really care about because it's going to be inside the vehicle, but you're just going to line it up. There's little alignment tabs, so you kind of can't mess it up. So just align your little alignment tabs. Make sure you're in the right orientation like the old one, and then I'm going to start putting all these screws in with my impact, but I will not impact them. I'm just going to run them down all the way, and then I will use a hand tool to finish tightening them since we're going into plastic. So once you get all your fasteners installed, you're going to grab your inner trim piece, and we're gently going to line this up back to where we think it goes. You're going to want to double check to make sure your locking mechanism, the two teeth towards the front, go into their holes, so you can kind of compress them a little bit, and then everything should kind of naturally fall into place. And once you kind of feel that spot, you're going to start giving it some kind of firm thumps and hits around it, and everything should seat in real nicely. So here is a properly operating unit. As you can tell, there's quite a bit of spring tension in there, so we are ready to go back to the truck and start installing this. Next, we're going to jump in the truck and set down the center console where it goes, and we're going to use the center tab with one fastener to kind of hold everything together. So I'll install this one first, just loosely, and then I'm going to go through and install all my other fasteners, also loose, until I get all of them in, and then I'll go through and I'll snug everything up. And check this out, guys. Pretty exciting stuff. I've been rolling around for a lot of miles with a broken center console spring. I'm kind of upset about it because I've been procrastinating this job for so long and it was such an easy thing to do. Anyway, after you get that done and you test it out for a second like I did because you're so excited, then you're just going to go in and check all your work. Make sure you install both of your electrical grommets back into their locations. And then we can take our cup holder and we can install our cup holder by lining it up. It should kind of fall naturally into its groove where its clip holes are, and then you're just going to kind of pop it into place. Now you're almost done. You're going to open it and close it a couple more times because you're super excited about it. But then you're going to grab the fascia piece that goes towards the rear of your center console. Make sure your white plastic clips are still on there, and you're going to kind of walk it in. It's a little bit of a tight fit, but once it goes into its natural spot, you're going to just go ahead and give it some firm taps in, and it will kind of naturally just seat right where it's supposed to. Once you get that done, really it's just going to be throwing the all your junk back in there, and then you're good to go.
Okay guys, well that's going to pretty much wrap up the video. Hopefully this kind of gave you an in-detail explanation on how to do the job and what it takes so you were prepped to do the job. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, you can drop them down in the comments below and I'll do my best to respond. And if you guys want to like and subscribe or do all that fun stuff, then go ahead. But yeah, that's going to pretty much be it. So we'll see you next time. Bye.